So first things first, we need to go ahead and brown our USDA Prime ground beef on the skillet, and we've got the skillet at about a medium high. So let's go ahead and break some of this up roughly and get it into the pan or the skillet. And I've got about a pound of ground beef right here, well, all together. Ooh, that's smelling good. Right here is the browning of the ground beef that we're talking about. This is what you want to look like. What I need to do now is get this grease out of our skillet, and when I do that, I'll catch up with y'all and we'll get to making this stew. Alright, and we've got the grease removed from our ground beef, so we're gonna put it into our pot here that's been preheating. Sorry about that, let me give y'all a better view. Put that into our pot here that's been preheating. It'll start cooking again, which is just fine. We're going to get our other ingredients in here. Now that that's in there, let's go ahead and get some more ingredients in. We've got our Campbell's tomato soup. Campbell's tomato soup, we're going to go ahead and pour that in. That's going to slow the cooking process down a lot. Just like that, and mix that around. Let that meat incorporate with it. Smelling good already. We're gonna bring this up slowly together. And next up, we have some Bush's black beans. And I drained these mostly. I'm gonna go in with a whole can of that. Next up, we have Bush's light red kidney beans. Pour that on in. This is a good, quick meal. You can kind of cook this as little or as long as you want. I'm gonna let this simmer for about an hour and really come together. And something I put in here also is gonna be some rotel, the mild mix, diced tomatoes and green chilies. Pour that in. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up to a medium. And now we're gonna add our whole kernel corn. 1 can of that as well. I'm gonna incorporate that corn in there, get those beans rolling nicely. We haven't seasoned anything yet, so we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of seasoning at this point. And I'm gonna hit this with some jalapeno It's Incredible from Heaven Made Products. If you don't have this, you could use like some taco seasoning or any kind of seasoning that goes well with kind of like a taco themed stew. That's what this is, a taco themed stew in a nutshell. So just season it up a little bit. I'm gonna let this cook down for about 30 minutes and we'll check on it. Alright, welcome back, and as you can see, we're kind of bubbling a little bit. We're kind of simmering this stuff, which is exactly what you want to do. You don't really want to rush this cook if you can help it. Now you can make this quicker, it just won't have as much flavor because you really want all these ingredients to kind of marry together and combine. So I've been cooking for 30 minutes, and after about 20 minutes after I told y'all I'd check back with y'all, I started to add a little bit more seasoning as I was stirring this in when it started to bubble. And I've put about 5 tablespoons of this Ortega taco seasoning and probably about a tablespoon or 2 of the jalapeno It's Incredible. And we're on a low heat right now, and that's where we're going to continue to be for the rest of this cook. And while I'm stirring this, I'm just going to add about probably 2 more tablespoons of the taco seasoning. Just like that. This is a good alternative to Taco Tuesday theme if you still want the taco flavor, but you don't want to mess around with building tacos. So we're going to go ahead and keep mixing this around, and we're going to keep it on a low heat on our burner. And I'm not going to check with y'all each time we start stirring it. What I'm going to do is let this simmer for an hour, and like I said, as it starts to bubble, I will stir it up, and I might add a little bit more seasoning, but you don't want to put too much seasoning. You can always season it to taste towards the end. Next time I see y'all, I'm going to show y'all how I build this taco themed stew bowl to really set it off with some extra flavor. So I'll catch back with y'all in about an hour and see what we're looking like. Alright, so total cook time I'd say was about 2 hours long, and y'all saw the ingredients that we put in there. All the information will be down below in the description box. Now it's time to make an awesome bowl of this taco themed stew, and I've got some cut up avocado and shredded cheese in the bowl right here. I got half an avocado there. I'm gonna put one good spoonful of sour cream in there. And the consistency of this stew has changed completely. You can see it's thickened up really good. So let's go ahead and get us a bowl of that. Still extra hot, so that's gonna help melt that sour cream and make that avocado really melt well and that cheese really good. We're gonna get another spoonful on top of there. Just like that. Now it's really hot. I'm going to let the rest of that set to the side and give this a good mix before we give it a try, because I want all those flavors in there. Man, it's smelling good. Again, we used It's Incredible, the jalapeno version, and some of the taco seasoning. So, here we go, nice and cheesy. Taco stew. Cheers, y'all. Still hot. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Now, if you want to get this even better, spicier, if that's your flavor profile, add some salsa in here. You could use Tabasco or Suckle Buster's garlic pepper sauce. Man, this is really good. That sour cream is a nice cooling element. That avocado, that cheese, and all that stuff we put in the taco soup or stew. Shout out to my brother as well, because he's actually the one that inspired me to make this. So let's try this again. And that's perfect. And again, we cooked for about 2 hours total. You could really let this ride for about 3 or 4 hours and just let all those ingredients really marry together well. But that's what we did tonight. Hopefully you found this interesting. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below. Until next time, I'll see y'all cooking. Man, this is some good stew.